From the basketball arena at the European Games Park, it's the 3-on-3 basketball tournament from the 2015 European Games. We have a couple round of 16 or first round matchups to go, and then we will have 4 of the quarterfinal games for you in this evening session. You see the weather conditions. It is still very hot. The sun is still out. It's cooled off a little bit, but still 35 degrees, which makes it very hot and very steamy out there on that court. Not a whole lot of wind on center court. Still, the sun is out, so that will play a factor as well. Round of 16 or first round action, and it's going to be the Czech Republic against Ireland. Let's meet the players.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the players from the Czech Republic. Number 5, Veronika Liskova. Number 6, Katerina Zavazadova. Number 7, Romana Stelikova. And number 8, Vanessa Boglova.
The Czech team, a record of 2-1 in the preliminary games. That gave them a second place finish in Pool B.
Please welcome the referees for this game.
They beat or lost to Ukraine in their first game by 4. Then they beat Belgium and beat Turkey. So a 2-1 record, but all that is white clear as they begin the tournament now.
Please welcome the players from Ireland. Number 7, Leon Dwyer. Number 9, Romeo Dwyer. Number 10, Susan McGuire. And number 11, Ola O'Reilly.
So the 4 players for Ireland introduced. The Irish a 1-2 record in the preliminary round. That gave them a third place finish in Pool C. They lost their first 2 games to Slovenia and then Spain before knocking off Slovakia 20-12, by far their best performance. And you will see the winner of this game will take on the winner of the Russian Federation Netherlands game that is going on at the same time. So we'll keep you posted on that game as well. It's the Czech Republic and Ireland. This is the first round between these 2 teams.
The loser is eliminated.
Obviously a knockout round. You win, you advance to the quarterfinals. You lose, and your time in Baku has come to an end. Half court, 3-on-3 basketball. There's 1 goal. Shots from inside the arc are worth 1 point. Shots from outside the arc, 2 points. There's a 12-second shot clock, so the action is fast. And it's 3-on-3 with 1 substitute, and you can substitute at any time when there's a dead ball. The Czech Republic, Glakova, Zavazalova, Stolikova, and Vorlova. For Ireland, Dwyer and Dwyer. Yes, they are sisters, McGuire and O'Reilly. And the Czechs with an early 1-0 lead. It's a 10-minute time limit unless one of the teams reaches 21 points, at which time the game would be over. That one missing.
And a little bit of confusion. These starting players, they need to settle down, play calm, because this is the knockout stage and you can feel the pressure.
The Czech Republic in the white with the red trim, and Ireland in the blue and green. Czechs with a 3-0 lead. They are the favorites in this one.
First team foul, Ireland.
Czech Republic finishing 4th in the 2014 FIBA World Championships. A great showing by the Czechs. They have a couple players ranked in the top 25 as far as individual rankings. Vorlova ranked 19th. Vlkova ranked 22nd in the individual FIBA rankings. Czechs with the ball at a 3-0 lead. Vlkova missing the shot. And the rebound goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds, Czech Republic ball.
For Ireland, they finished 11th in the 2014 European Championships. And number 7, Niamh Dwyer, and number 9, Grania Dwyer, are sisters. Niamh, number 7, is 2 years older. She's 32. Her sister, Grania, is 30. Numbers 7 and number 9 in the blue. 2-point shot is good, and Ireland is on the board. That was Suzanne McGuire.
Second team foul.
And Ireland is playing a strong defense. They stop every one-on-one with foul if they need it. Have to play strong, a lot of physical if they want to do something today.
Passes down low to Vorlova. She draws the foul. This is believed to be Ireland's first participation in an international basketball event in over 50 years. So a monumental moment for Ireland. And they are looking for a good showing. All 16 teams playing in the tournament. The first 3 games over the last 2 days were preliminary games just to help with the seedings. But of course now there's no tomorrow. You have to win to stay alive. And a nice shot off the backboard by Dwyer.
And the team in blue looks more mobile with more activity. They are defending and attacking with a lot of speed. And Czech Republic looks like they are more in the place. So for the 3-on-3 basketball, you need to stay all the time, to keep moving.
Not a lot of size on either of these teams. Both teams averaging under 6 feet tall, or 1.81 meters. Average height 5'11" for both these teams. And that is just a 1-point shot by Vlkova.
This is why we're going to see a lot of wide open options and players playing one-on-one, face-to-face. Not so many post-up today here in this game.
We are even at 4. Zavazalova, Katerina, 24 years old for the Czech Republic. Had the ball go out of bounds. Ireland will take over. On the far side, nice bank shot by Ireland. That was Orla O'Reilly, the youngest player for Ireland at 25 years of age. She gets the steal and then is fouled as she heads to the basket. And a little bit of a surprise here. Ireland on top of the Czech Republic, 5-4.
But if we watch the game today, they have been more active. You can see with this steal now, they are so aware. They know that this is the only way. They have to move fast.
And the free throw is good. A 2-point lead for Ireland, back to 1 point. 6-5, 7 minutes to go. And again, O'Reilly driving to the basket and drawing the foul. 6'1", 1.85 meters in height, 25 years old. Orla O'Reilly averaging 4.5 points a game for the Irish, and she makes that.
And that's another steal from the Irish. They've been working this really well. This is the first defense.
Shot missed by Mimi Dwyer, and now the Czechs have it. They go down low. Vorlova puts it in, and it's 7-6. And as soon as that basket is made, the shot clock begins on the next possession for the other team. So you don't have a whole lot of time to get it back beyond the arc and then try to score. Once you grab that rebound, you got to get it past the arc and then try to score, and you have 12 seconds.
And Czech Republic should use more Stelikova in the paint, making her post up a little bit as they did before.
She is the tallest player on the floor at 6'2", 1.89 meters.
She looks like they were listening to me.
Turnaround jump shot is no good by Stelikova. Vlkova picks it off the floor. Down low, Stelikova can't make the shot. And now a two, no good. That was Zavazalova. And now the basket made by Vlkova. And we're even at 7. That one in and out by Ireland. The Czech Republic 2-1 during the prelims. They lost to the Ukraine 15-11, beat Belgium 19-15, and then beat Turkey bad 21-6. Ireland losing their first two games, 14-10 to Slovenia, 21-11 to Spain, before bouncing back and beating Slovakia 20-12. Little turnaround jump shot by Vorlova. And the Czechs have the lead, 8-7. Here's Dwyer, and that's a two-pointer. Rania Dwyer. 9-8 Ireland, 5:25 to go.
And Ireland with a lot of activity. And when they make the transition from offense to defense, they steal some balls. I like this team today.
Layup by Stelikova, no good. Or check that, that was Dwyer. Now down low, Vorlova, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up, still no good. The Irish with a 1-point lead as we hit the 5-minute mark. And an ill-advised pass goes out of bounds.
Good defense from Czech Republic. Vorlova is the player who scores the most in Czech Republic with 6 points per game. So Czech Republic needs her today.
The winner of this game will play the winner of the Russia-Netherlands game that is going on nearby on the other court here at the basketball complex. Right now, Russia with a lead in that game. First round tournament game between the Czech Republic and Ireland. The Czechs the higher seed, but right now Ireland with the lead. And down low they go, and the basket by Stelikova.
Czechs, they have to play this every single time.
A steal by the Czechs. Looking for Stelikova down low, but she was double teamed.
That's why the player needs to see the other side of the court. Somebody's free. It's maths. If somebody is double teamed, somebody's free.
Zavazalova. Rebounded by Ireland. And down low they go. And it's Rania Dwyer, the younger sister, averaging 4.7 points a game, the leading scorer for Ireland. And the Irish with a 10-9 lead. 3-on-3 basketball. The basketball arena here at the European Games being played at this temporary arena right off the shores of the Caspian Sea. Really a beautiful complex. And they did a nice job, not just with the center court, but the other court where they're playing the games and a couple practice courts as well. 3.5 minutes to go. Ireland looking for the upset over the Czechs. 10-9. Little scoop shot is good, and Ireland takes a 2-point lead. Here's Vlkova. Top of the key. Down low for Lova. And a foul.
16 foul. Ireland penalty up next.
2 players were on her.
3 minutes and 18
I know it's difficult, but
Ireland up by 2.
an extra pass would be nice in order to score. But as we always say, 3-on-3 basketball goes so fast.
Vlkova, number 8 for the Czech Republic. She's their leading scorer at 6.5 points per game, but they've held her in check so far. Rebound and a miss by Stolikova. She'd like to have that one back. She was right there, but couldn't put it in. And a 2-pointer by Ireland. Orla O'Reilly. And the Irish with a 3-point lead and under 3 minutes to go.
And in the pool, Ireland didn't have a high percentage of shooting, but today they are hitting almost everything from outside the arc.
They shot only 30% in the preliminary round, but they look much stronger here. And it is worth noting that they started the preliminary round slow, but did win the last game very impressively over Slovakia, scoring 20 points. They scored only 21 points in the first 2 games combined, and then scored 20 points against Slovakia, and also held the Slovakians to only 12. So they picked up their offense and they took their defense to a new level, and so they're coming off that win with a little momentum. And right now they're hitting their shots from beyond the 2-point line. They're driving, they're getting good looks at the basket, and they're winning this game.
2 minutes and 31 seconds for Ireland.
For the most part, it's been a clean played game, not a whole lot of fouls.
The winner will qualify for
And again, the winner will play the Russia-Netherlands winner. That game is going on at the court right next door.
And now you can see how the Czechs starting to press the ball when the Irish try to start the offense.
Ireland, the third-place team in Pool C right now, with a 3-point lead over the second-place team from Pool B. We've had some near upsets in the men's and women's draw so far. This would go down as an upset. The Czechs need to get some rebounds. The Czechs also need to score some baskets. Ireland looking to add to the lead. They get a fresh shot clock. That one is short. And the Czechs down to the final 2 minutes now. Stolikova. Stolikova with the layup. It's a 2-pointer, and that's a huge basket.
Good job, the Irish. They received the basket and they just moved so fast in order to attack. Well done for them. They understood the way to play this 3-on-3.
That could have sealed it right there, but they missed the 2-pointer. That was Nevy Dwyer. But a 4-point lead in less than a minute and a half to go.
And we can say that the key of this game is the transition. The transition is like half second, but the Irish, they are doing this so good.
That's a two-pointer for the Czechs, and now it's a one-possession game, 15-13, and a block down low by Stolikova, but a whistle.
1 minute and 8 seconds left in this game.
The ball went out of bounds. Ireland will have 5 seconds on the shot clock. And a two-pointer is short, but they keep possession. Ireland still with the ball. It's still a one-possession game down low. The Czechs missed that one. Borlova could not put it in. 45 seconds to go. Ireland looking for the upset. 2 seconds on the shot clock. That's short. And the clock stops with 34 and a half seconds. And we might see a timeout here. I would think the Czechs might call a timeout just to regroup, but they're not going to call a timeout. Again, the coaches sit in the stands and aren't able to coach during the games. The players are on their own. One of the changes in the rules since 3-on-3 was introduced years ago at the Asian Games and then later on at the Youth Olympics in Singapore. The coaches used to be down on the benches, but here you could see they can scream from the stands, but they're not given any special privileges. Apparently, they could still coach. We've seen a lot of yelling and screaming and hand signals from the stands. They just can't be on the floor. They are trying to empower the players, let the players make some decisions. The players call the timeouts, but I'm sure a lot of them probably have one eye on the coach in the stands. And with 15 seconds to go, Ireland now on the verge of the upset and the steal, under 10, and Ireland is going to pull off the first round upset. The layup at 17-13, and Ireland with a 17-13 upset win in the first round of the women's tournament.
That's one of the big surprises of the day, because Czech Republic in theory looked better than the Irish team, but I was so surprised because Ireland played with a lot of activity, especially in the transition from defense to offense and from offense to defense. This part of the game, they did it really, really well, and they deserve to win here today.
Ireland shooting 50% from one-point land, 3 for 11 from beyond the arc, 41% overall. The Czech Republic shooting only 35% from the field, and a disappointing loss for the Czech Republic. They were hoping to contend for a medal here in Baku. Instead, they get knocked out in the first round of the women's tournament. So Ireland wins it 17-13, and they will advance to the quarterfinals. And we now know that they will play Russia in the quarterfinals, as the Russian Federation has defeated the Netherlands 20-12. So you see the players leaving the court now. A big win for Ireland. They will play again later tonight in the quarterfinals against Russia. It's a different story for the Czech Republic. As you see, Borlova there, she will be heading home with her teammates. Ireland with the win over the Czech Republic, 17-13.
Eğer hazırsa Azerbaycan komandası devrede değil.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the players from Azerbaijan.
And now it is time for the men to take center court. Azerbaijan against Israel. Here's the introductions.
Number 7.
7 numaralı oyuncu Orhan Hacıyev.
Number 14.
14 numaralı oyuncu Son hakimlerini karşılıyor.
Please welcome the referees for this game. Eric Bertrand from Switzerland and Edith Uçur from Netherlands.
Of course, you can hear the cheers for Azerbaijan, the host nation. They have been perfect so far, 3-0, undefeated in pool play. And now here comes Israel.
Sekiz numaralı oyuncu.
Number 8, Tom Strutsky.
9 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 9, Yod Yosef.
15 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 15, Ofi Umar.
Ve 21 numaralı oyuncu.
And number 21, Vladimir Erdogan.
And so the Israeli players taking the court for the introductions. They have been winless so far here in Baku at the European Games. They lost all 3 of their games in the preliminary round, losing to Slovenia 16-7, then losing to Lithuania 19-12, before losing to Romania 21-16. And the winner of this game between Azerbaijan and Israel will play the winner of Spain-Italy in the quarterfinals.
Belirtmek isterim ki bir daha bugün abilerimize bir günüdür. Ve bütün paylaşımlardan bir happy birthday paylaşılıyor. Happy birthday to
And a little happy birthday from the crowd. Number 14 for Azerbaijan, Emil Hamzayev. It is his 26th birthday today. So happy birthday to Hamzayev. And a nice little clap for the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I like that.
again, we want to remind
You never seen this in indoor court, right?
No, 3-on-3 basketball is a party. It's a fiesta. You have the music playing, and you saw the players for Azerbaijan. It's Asayeva, Hamzayev, and Moses. For Israel, Strutsky, Bet Yosef, Huber, and Ermitchin. Azerbaijan, the heavy favorite. They finished in first place in Pool D in the preliminaries. Israel finished in last place, in fourth place in Pool A. Azerbaijan has more size, they're a little bit younger, and they've scored a lot more points. They're averaging 18 points a game. Israel averaging only 12 points a game. But we just saw an upset on the women's side. Let's see what happens here on the men's draw. Down low, they go to Marshall Moses, and he lays it in for 2. 26-year-old former college star in the United States, played for Oklahoma State. And he gets the first basket for Azerbaijan. Moses at the free throw line now, looking to make it a 2-point play. He has averaged 5.3 points per game here in Baku. The leading scorer for Azerbaijan, number 7, Asayeva, averaging 7.7 points.
And let's see how Israel play with Moses. If they keep one man out of the perimeter or not. It's better to have him far away from the rim. Let's see.
And they go to Moses down low. He is a very strong, powerful forward if you were to put a position on him. I know in 3-on-3 you play pretty much every position. You've got to dribble, shoot, pass. But he would probably be like a power forward in the 5-on-5 game. A blocked, still 2-0 Azerbaijan, and we are 1 minute in. Little spin move and a nice layup by Bet Yosef.
Bet Yosef, for me, is the best player in Israel. He's been showing his talent, especially in the one-on-one during the whole competition. And his average is 6.7 points per game. Not bad.
Azerbaijan with a 1-point lead. Israel with the ball. 2-pointer is short, and it's knocked out of bounds. the host nation, Azerbaijan, they've looked really good here on the basketball court. In the preliminary round, they beat the Czech Republic 17-14, then an impressive 17-9 win over Switzerland, and a 20-14 win over Andorra. Two-pointer by Hamzayev is no good. Israel looking to tie. They punch it out. Bet Yosef will now take a two-pointer as time expired. It was blocked. Azerbaijan with the ball. Moses down low to his teammate and the basket. And Azerbaijan takes a 3-1 lead, but Hamzayev is down on the floor. And he appears to be in pain. May have sprained his ankle coming down.
I couldn't see exactly what it was. It could be the ankle or the knee. Let's see in the replay.
Nice pass by Moses. He was double teamed, and then it looked like the ankle, his foot landed on the foot of the Israeli player, and he twisted the ankle. And that could be one of those high ankle sprains. And those things are painful. Emil Hamzayev, 25 years old. He's the tallest player for Azerbaijan, 6'8" or 2.03 meters. And he's been used by the Azerbaijan 3-on-3 team as a spokesperson for the 3-on-3 game here. He's actually been used by the European Olympic Committee as a spokesperson for the 3-on-3 game here in the host nation. So he's a very popular player, a very public figure for 3-on-3 basketball. But he's being attended to right now. And this is really the first major injury that we have seen in the 3 days of basketball competition in Baku.
Sometimes if it's not so bad, players just tape and go back to play. But in this case, looks like he's really injured. And I don't think he's going to be able to come back.
Well, if he's unable to come back, then the remaining three players, Hasayeva, and Moses, would play the remaining minutes completely by themselves. They'd have no substitute available, and the rosters are set. They are locked. So if he could not play, and Azerbaijan will play later tonight if they win this game. They would play their quarterfinal game later tonight. If he's unable to go, Azerbaijan would have to play that game with only three players. First things first, they've got to get by Israel, though. And even though Israel is winless so far in Baku, they are keeping it tight. They've played Azerbaijan well so far.
And we saw today several games with teams that they were clear favorites, and they were struggling against teams that they didn't look that good. So in 3-on-3 basketball, you never know.
Well, he's been averaging 1.7 points per game for Azerbaijan, and he's been playing about 3.5 minutes a game. So you don't want to lose anybody, but if there was one player that, and I hate to even say you could afford to lose, because you really can't afford to lose anybody in 3-on-3, but he's the one that's played the least minutes of the four. And a nice hand as they help him up into the wheelchair, and they will roll him off the court. So Azerbaijan now, they're going to have to regroup and get their minds back on to the basketball game. But one of the most popular players here locally is going to be wheeled off, and it did not look good. I'm sure they will ice it and do everything they can to see if he can come back and play later tonight, assuming Azerbaijan wins this game. It's a shame that it happened this way. If it was maybe some other way where he could have a night off and maybe play again tomorrow, he'd have a little bit more time. But the way this tournament is set, the winner of this game plays later tonight. Moses behind the back pass, and it's good to Hassiyeva, who lays it in. 4-2 Azerbaijan, under 8 minutes to go. Struski with the rebound. The Bet Yosef. Bet Yosef driving, now backs up beyond the 2-point arc. He'll take the shot, and he'll miss it. Rebounded by Hassiyeva. Hassiyeva down low. Twist, turns, and gets fouled. Renati Emergin with the foul.
Hassiyeva is one of the most interesting players in Azerbaijan. He's scoring almost 8 points per game.
Aliyeva's for 2, and it's good. Nothing but net. 6-2 Azerbaijan, to the delight of the fans here in the stands at the basketball arena. And the 12-second shot clock expires. Not a whole lot of time to pass the ball around. You've got to get a shot off quickly. 6-2 as Huber enters the ball game for Israel. Ermichin takes a seat. And a basket by Aliyevas, the senior member of this Azerbaijan team. He's 30 years old, averaging 3.3 points a game, and he gets the friendly roll for the basket.
It was a clear mismatch, and he clever read the situation.
He misses the free throw, but Azerbaijan gets the rebound. Asiyeva puts it in for another point. 8-2. The miss by Huber. Here's Moses. Behind the back pass. That shot missed by Azerbaijan. Huber. Bet Yosef now driving. Nice left-hand or right-handed layup. He moved the ball from his left hand to his right hand. Now Moses. Little spin move. And the bucket. 9-3. Nice bounce pass down low, the basket, and the foul.
That's the situation you have to look for if the other team switch, as almost all the teams do when there are screens. There's a switch, just pass the ball.
Huber with the free throw. And now Azerbaijan back in the paint. That shot is short. And Huber was unable to keep it in bounds. 9-5 Israel, looking for the upset and maybe smelling an opportunity here with Hamzayev out for the game. Nice pass down low. Asiyeva able to put it in. Rebound in a basket by Bet Yosef. 10-6 Azerbaijan, 5:42 and counting. Two-point try by Israel is good. Bet Yosef, the 27-year-old and leading scorer for Israel. The Israelis have pulled within 2 now. And it appears they're going to call a timeout. Israel calls a timeout, trailing by 2.
And that's the only way for the Azerbaijanis to take a rest if they call the timeout. So I think they're going to thank the Israelis.
Again, the winner plays Spain and Italy in the quarterfinals. That game is going on now, and it's a very tight game between the Spaniards and the Italians. And the winner of that game and the winner of this game, they will play later this evening in the quarterfinals. Something tells me that game might go down to the final seconds. You saw the injury there by Hamzaev. He was wheeled off, and it does not look good. I think we can say with certainty that he will not be back for this game. Azerbaijan hoping he can come back for the game later tonight, should they get past Israel. Here's Hasayeva, backing his way into the paint. Little turnaround shot, no good. He tips the rebound to Moses. Moses fighting underneath. His shot no good. Israel looking to tie. And the two-pointer was no good by Bet Yosef. 4:44 to go. First round playoff game. In this tournament, the men's draw, Azerbaijan and Israel. This is the final first round game. The quarterfinals begin right after this. So by the end of the session, we'll know our semifinalists in both the men's and women's draw. Tomorrow they'll have the semifinals in the afternoon, and then they will have the medal games in the evening, and that will wrap up 4 days of exciting 3-on-3 basketball.
Oh, that was beautiful. Bet Joseph, he's showing this kind of layups during the whole competition.
He seems just as comfortable laying it up with his left hand as he does his right hand.
If you're a good basketball player, you have to play with both hands.
Two-point shot, no good. That would have tied the game. And a foul called as Hasayeva was driving to the basket.
And if Israel keeps playing like that, let's see the last minute.
Israel really giving Azerbaijan a fight here. Azerbaijan, with one of their players injured and out, only has 3 players, and it's a tie game. 3:40 and counting to go, and we are tied at 11. Moses tries to pass down low. It's knocked away. Nice passing by Azerbaijan. And they weren't able to get the shot off in time.
And Israel keeping simple, just wide open, trying to play with space. They're going to try to do it again with Ben Joseph.
This is a shocker. Israel winless in the preliminary round. Right now tied with Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan undefeated. Moses, though, broke free, had an easy layup.
Both teams showing their strength.
Aliyevas down to Hasayeva. Back to Aliyevas. And that ball was kicked. Azerbaijan trying to avoid the upset. They have not lost yet, and they are hoping to advance to the quarterfinals. Spain and Italy still battling it out. That game going back and forth on the court next door. Under 3 minutes now. Marshall Moses to Aliyevas. Short shot is good.
You have to be so careful with Moses because he's so talented passing the ball. That's a good thing. That makes him even more dangerous.
Yeah, we saw some nice blocks from him the other day as well. He is a force to be reckoned with offensively, as you see there, and defensively. 2.5 minutes to go. Azerbaijan has built the lead back up to 3 after Israel came back and tied it, and the shot clock goes off. You only have 12 seconds, and by the time you get the ball out beyond the arc, you can start coming back in offensively. It's usually less than 10 seconds.
Or even more if the team defends right. That's one of the strategies that we've been watching here.
Yeah, the longer you can keep them from getting the ball beyond the arc, because it's just like when you played one-on-one as a kid. You've got to bring the ball back out. The longer you keep them from getting out to that arc, that shot clock starts as soon as that ball goes through the net. There you see one of the 2-pointers by Azerbaijan. Israel has really struggled from beyond the 2-point arc, as they have made only one 2-pointer. They're 1 for 11. 2:20 to go. And the clock now is becoming the friend of Azerbaijan. In and out. It's a 3-point game. Still a 3-point game, as Huber could not put it in. Here's Moses. Little one-on-one. And he did not get it off in time. No basket. Or did they call it a basket? No.
No, the referee was...
I saw the referee wave it off, then he kind of pointed down as if to say basket counts. I'm not sure what he was indicating. But apparently, no basket, instead a foul called. Azerbaijan got the ball back. They have a 3-point lead, and they are a minute 44 away from moving on to the quarterfinals.
Oh,
Nice shot by Bet Yosef. He had his back to the basket and banked it in for the bucket. Look at this. Little spin. Even when he's in the air, he's in control of his body. All of a sudden, it's a 1-point game. Israel really battling, and now they have a chance to tie or take the lead with a minute and a half to go. Wide open two, no good. Rebounded Azerbaijan. Aliyevas, top of the key, being guarded by Bet Yosef. Nice move, 2-pointer, good. Much to the delight of the crowd, Hasiyeva for 2. The lead is back up to 3. Huber, no good. Just before the buzzer. Down low to Moses. He slips, puts it up, gets the bucket. It's a 4-point lead. And a whistle. Israel came back to tie it up at 11, but Azerbaijan taking it to a new level and now leading 17-13. Under 45 seconds to go. Bet Yosef driving, blocked by Moses. And that one will roll in for Aliyevas. 18-13. Azerbaijan now building on this lead. And they're going to move on to the quarterfinals as we're down to the final 13 seconds. Rebound, easy basket for Huber, but it's not going to be enough. 4.3 seconds to go. Azerbaijan up by 4, and they are on the verge of moving on to the quarterfinals. And we have just found out that Spain has defeated Italy 22-20 in overtime. So it appears right now that Azerbaijan will play Spain in the quarterfinals later in this session. And they'll play right here on center court. So the host nation will remain undefeated in the men's 3-on-3 basketball draw. They win their 3 preliminary games, and they win their first tournament game. And the final score is 19-14. And some balanced scoring for Azerbaijan. Aliyeva with 6 points. Asiyeva with 6 points. Moses with 6 points. But a big loss in the game. Hamzayev left with a high ankle sprain. We will see if he's available or not for their quarterfinal game later on this evening against Spain. Israel heads home disappointed. They do not win a game here in Baku, losing all 3 of the preliminary games and then losing their first tournament game. But the victorious host nation, and Malone celebrating with the crowd. He's quickly becoming a star here in this country. Azerbaijan with the win by 5. 19-14, and they move on to the quarterfinals.
Ve cenaplar, zahmet olmasa İsviçre komandasını karşılayın.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
And time now for the next game. It's going to be the women's quarterfinals. First quarterfinal match in the tournament. Switzerland and Slovenia. Let's meet the players.
9 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 9, Maya Gilles.
10 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 10, Alexia Roll.
Ve 11 numaralı oyuncu.
And number 11, Dorothy Sutter. Let's give it up for
Switzerland a perfect 3-0 in the preliminary round, and then they beat Israel earlier today in the first round of the tournament, 14-7. So they have played well, and they have been perfect so far. As the referees come on out, and now we'll meet the Slovenia team.
Hanımlar ve cenaplar, indiyse diğer komanda Slovenya komandası meydancaya dahil olur.
Please welcome the players from Slovenia.
4 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 4, Diva Zolcic.
12 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 12, Urca Diva.
14 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 14, Anna Ljubenovic.
Ve 22 numaralı oyuncu.
And number 22, Macho Pisic.
Slovenia with a record of 2-1 in the preliminary round, and then they beat Belgium earlier today, 14-11. And I think Slovenia hoping to medal here as they won silver at the 2014 European Championships. They lost 16-13 to Russia in the final. Switzerland, I think it's safe to say, has been one of the surprise teams here in the tournament. They were maybe a fringe medal team. They finished 6th in the 2014 3-on-3 World Championships, and they finished 8th in last year's 3-on-3 European Championships. And I think they've surprised many by going through the preliminary round undefeated and then winning their game earlier today against Israel 14-7. So they got a nice high seed because they played so well in the prelims, and they got an easy game in the first round. And the winner of this game will play the winner of the game against Ukraine and Greece that is going on right outside this main court. They're playing on one of the other courts closer to the water. For Switzerland, number 8 is Kershaw, number 9 Giroud, number 10 Roll, number 11 Stutter. For Slovenia, number 4 Zdolsek, number 12 Ziebert, number 14 Lubanovic, and number 22 Persic. Persic is ranked number 13 in the world among the women. She is the 13th best player in 3-on-3 basketball. According to the FIBA individual rankings, her teammate Ziebert is ranked number 34 on that list. So a couple of the top players in the world on the court for Slovenia as they take on the undefeated Swiss. Quarterfinal action now. The winner of this moves on to the semifinals. 2-point shot. Taken is no good. Switzerland in the white, Slovenia in the blue. And we'll have a men's quarterfinal match coming up after this. The sun has gone down. The lights have taken effect now here in the court. You can still see a little bit of daylight in the background. But it's still very, very warm. I think it got up to about 38 degrees today in Baku. That shot off the backboard and goes in. It's a one-pointer for Slovenia. This is Ziebert in the paint, looking for help, and she just has to throw it up as the shot clock was running down. And now a foul called against number 12, Ursa Ziebert, 21 years old, averaging 4 points a game, which makes her the highest average scorer for Slovenia. Very balanced scoring for this team, but they're only averaging 13 points a game. And that's a two-pointer for Switzerland.
So good how they occupy the corners. They play with the space.
Swiss with a 2-1 lead. By the way, two of their players, Giroud and Kershaw, play on the same 5-on-5 basketball team in Switzerland. In fact, Alexa Roll, who plays for Belgium here in the tournament, she's also on that team. The Swiss have taken a 4-1 lead. Top of the key, Roll. Passing off, Kershaw with the miss. And Slovenia with the basketball. Down to 4 on the shot clock. She needs to shoot. And she throws up a wild shot, gets the rebound. Looked like she might have walked there as she was pivoting around, but nonetheless, the basket by Zadolzek.
That's why it's so important to shoot the ball. It doesn't matter if it goes in, because if you can grab the rebound, you have another chance to score. And that keeps the rhythm of the 3-on-3 basketball.
That's a good point. And if you don't shoot the ball, the shot clock goes off and it's a turnover anyway. So you might as well throw it up and hope it hits rim or something, or as we saw the other day in the Serbian game against Greece in the men's game, they just threw up a wild shot and it went in. Switzerland had taken a 4-1 lead. Now it's 4-2. Roll. Throws it up. No good. Rebounded by Zadolzek. And it goes out of bounds, and it'll be Switzerland ball.
And Switzerland is one of the teams that they have more tactics when they play in offense. You can see a lot of screens. I'm not going to explain everything, but you can see that there's a lot of coaching.
Just past the 7-minute mark. These games are 10 minutes long unless one team scores 21. And once you get to 21, game's over. We actually had a game the other day in which Serbia scored 22 points. That's a nice 2-point shot by Slovenia. They've tied it up. The Serbs, the men the other day, had 20 points and then made a 2-point shot, so they ended up with 22 points. And a steal by Switzerland and an easy basket down low. 6-4, the Swiss have regained the lead. And a whistle and a foul down low on Lubenovic. She'll go to the free throw line. You can see her getting whacked on the back by Roll. She'll get one free throw. And it's 6-5. This is Giroud, no good. Actually, I spoke too soon. It almost rolled in. And you can see, even when players are driving, there's typically one player on your team still beyond the 2-point arc. A lot of times you'll see players drive, and if the defense collapses, the player then will kick the ball out to the open player at the 2-point arc. Shot by Zadolsek is no good, but the 12-second shot clock went off. And so the ball goes to Switzerland now. 6-5, the Swiss looking to remain perfect. A steal by Slovenia. Siebert. Long 2-pointer. Nothing but net.
Interesting, the screen. And this is the free basketball. They're not gonna call these things.
Switzerland countered with their own basket. Slovenia comes right back with their own. Scoring now, coming fast and furious. That one rolls in. And we're all even at 8. Halfway through now at the 5-minute mark. Giroud kicks it out. Back to Giroud on the right side. Pass to the far side. That shot rolls off the rim. And it's taken by Zadolsek.
There's a mismatch.
Zadolsek for 2. And Slovenia up 10-8. And Switzerland out of bounds. Giroud grabbed the rebound, but her momentum took her out of bounds. And so Slovenia keeps the basketball, and they have a 2-point lead. 4:21 to go. Quarterfinal play in the women's 3-on-3 basketball tournament. The winner moves on to the Final Four, on the verge of winning a medal. The loser is done. Giroud is fouled underneath by Piersic. Masa Piersic, 28 years old, 6'2". She is the tallest player on the court, 1.89 meters. And the basket by Switzerland makes it a 2-point game. This is Siebert from beyond the 2-point arc. No good. And a foul down low by Zadolsek. Slovenia looking to give Switzerland their first loss here in Baku. Again, the Swiss earlier today eliminated Israel 14-7. Meanwhile, Slovenia, they knocked Belgium out of the tournament 14-11. One of these two teams will go to the semifinals. Ukraine and Greece are playing one of the other quarterfinal matches as we speak. Three and a half minutes to go. A short shot missed by Switzerland. They have gone cold from the field. And a basket by Zadolsek. The 25-year-old averaging 3.5 points. Neither team in the bonus yet, so Rowe will get only one shot here. And she makes it 12-10. A one-possession game. Under 3 minutes now. Battle in the paint. Turnaround shot, no good. Rebounded by Lubenovic. But then her shot is blocked. Lubenovic and Giroud going at it underneath the basket. This is Siebert. She drives. That shot partially blocked by Giroud. And she is battling underneath. Four seconds on the shot clock. Thrown up by Siebert. 21-year-old misses that one. Still a 2-point game. Giroud down low, runs out of time. A 12-second shot clock probably feels like 6 seconds when you're out there playing. And now we're going to have a timeout called. Each team gets one timeout per game. And we look at some of the highlights from the first half.
Switzerland needs to move the ball a little bit faster because they are working good in offense, but they just need 1 or 2 seconds more. It's not bad because they don't know the rule. They just need a little bit more.
If it was an 18-second shot clock or a 15-second shot clock, they'd be okay, but it's only 12 seconds for both teams.
A little bit more of activity like we saw in the first day.
Rebound was grabbed by Piersic, and then she's fouled. Two minutes, 1 second to go. And Piersic, the number 13 ranked player in the world in women's 3-on-3 basketball, will move to the free throw line with a chance to give Slovenia a 3-point lead, and she does. Slovenia less than 2 minutes away from advancing to the semifinals. Here's Siebert, the 21-year-old. Pulls up for the shot, and it's going to be short. Kershaw. Roll. Back to Kershaw. They go inside to Giroud. Her shot, no good. Rebounded by Switzerland. And Roll got fouled. A big free throw coming up here by Switzerland.
They are in the game.
And that's a big one at 13-11. It's a one-possession game. Zadolsek dribbles, stops, shoots. No good. And now Switzerland can tie.
That's clever. Play one-on-one.
Giroud missing off the front of the rim. And then a couple bodies go down. Giroud over the top of Piersic. The ball went out of bounds. No foul called. Slovenia will have the ball and a 2-point lead. And coming in now is Ursa Ziebert. .107 to go. Still anybody's game. These teams looking to move on to the semifinals. Studer for Switzerland all over the back of Zadolsek. So Zadolsek will go to the free throw line. And you can see Studer starting her jump to block the shot. But Zadolsek faked it. And all of a sudden she was wearing her opponent. And a basket there by Slovenia and a chance to make it a 2-point play.
And one more time with the cut, winning the back of the defender. 2 times in a row, Slovenian did that with a nice result.
Slovenia with their 15th point. This ties for their highest scoring game here in Baku. Up by 4, 45 seconds left. And now Switzerland in a lot of trouble. Another 2 by Slovenia. And now it's all but academic. A 6-point lead. Switzerland with the ball. The layup, it's no good. A foul called on Ziebert. But Slovenia with a just about insurmountable 6-point lead and 28 seconds to go. And right now, Slovenia just wants to use as much time as they can. They'll throw the ball up just before the clock expires. The shot well off the mark, but Slovenia doesn't care. Right now, they're just using as much clock as they can. Down to 15 seconds. And now Slovenia can just run out the clock. 10 seconds to go, and they lead by 6, and they will be advancing to the semifinals in the women's 3-on-3 tournament. The Swiss are going to suffer their first loss in Baku. And Zibbert's just going to run out the clock, and that's it. Slovenia moving on to the semifinals with a 17-11 win. They were led by Zadolsek. She had 9 points. And the Swiss lose for the first time. They were perfect in the prelims. They won their round of 16 game earlier today, but they lose by 6 here. They led by 3 at one point. They were up 4-1. But Slovenia outscored them 16-7 the rest of the way. And something that has been very rare here in Baku, both teams made all their free throws. Each team was 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Nonetheless, it's a win for Slovenia. And so they move on to the semifinals, where they will play the winner of Ukraine-Greece. And we have just found out that Ukraine has won that game 21-19. So it's going to be Slovenia and Ukraine in one of the semifinals. And now it's Slovenia against Greece, the men in quarterfinal tournament action.
Number 8, Dario Krejci. Number 10, Boris Yersin. And number 15, Uroš Rupan. Let's give it up for Slovenia.
In Şimdi ise oyunun rakiplerini karşılayın.
As you take a look at Slovenia, they have been perfect as well. Although that doesn't seem to mean anything because we just saw the Swiss women get knocked out of the tournament.
Nöbeti komanda Yunanistan
Slovenia 3-0 in the preliminary competition, beating Israel, Lithuania, and Romania. They beat Switzerland 16-14 earlier today to make it here to the quarterfinals. And now here comes Greece.
Sekiz numaralı oyuncu.
Number 8, Rigorio Ralato.
13 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 13, Yo-Yo Bobis.
Ve 14 numaralı oyuncu.
And number 14, Elvira Katselakis.
So the players from Greece introduced. Greece, their only blemish so far, a preliminary loss to Serbia, 22-17. Otherwise, they've played very well. They beat Estonia and Italy in the prelims, 19-16 and 11-9, before losing to Serbia. And then earlier today in the first round of the tournament, they knocked out Belgium impressively, 21-12. And the winner of this game between Slovenia and Greece will play the winner of the Russian Federation Czech Republic game in the semifinals. A flip of the coin. There's no jump ball in 3-on-3 basketball. And the winner of the coin flip can decide whether they want to start the game with the ball, or if there's an overtime, they can choose to start the game or start overtime with the basketball. Slovenia, number 7, Erzin. He's their leading scorer, 9 points a game. Number 8, Krejci. Number 10, Jersin. Number 15, Trappin. For Greece, their leading scorer, number 14, Kaselakis. He's averaging 7.5 points a game. The other players, number 4, Papatonio. Number 8, Riados. And number 13, Bogris. Usually Relatos will only play about 3 minutes a game, but it's a lot of fun to watch him. He's a big guy. He's sitting on the bench right now, but when he gets in there, he's a lot of fun to watch down low. He's a hard man to move. So here we go, quarterfinal play in the men's 3-on-3 basketball tournament, Slovenia and Greece. Slovenia, the higher seed. Greece starting with the ball in the blue. Slovenia in the white. And a couple misses early on to start the game. A steal down low by Papatonio. Now they go down to Bogris. This is his game in the paint. The hook no good. Loose ball taken over by Slovenia. And the two-pointer is good. And we have a whistle.
And Slovenia has a balanced game. They shoot so well from the outside the arc, and then they have Ersen, who is amazing under the paint. That's what a 3-on-3 basketball team needs.
These two teams, medal contenders for sure here in Baku. Greece finishing just out of the medals in 4th place at the 2014 3-on-3 European Championships. Slovenia, they earned silver at the European Championships this past year. They lost to Romania in the finals. And Slovenia features 3 players in the top 50 as far as the individual rankings. In fact, in the top 40, Erzin, Krejci, and Jersin, all top 40 players as far as the individual world 3-on-3 rankings. And by the way, if you want to check out the rankings, it's 3x3, 3x3, 3x3planet.com, and you can check out the rankings there for your favorite player. Bogris gets it down low. Being guarded by Erzin, and a foul called.
It's going to be one of the most interesting matchups this game, Bogris and Ersen.
Two to one, Greece gets on the scoreboard with the free throw. Nice ball movement by Slovenia, but it does not result in a basket. Bogris kicks it out to Kasilakis. No good. Kasilakis gets the rebound, and he puts it in. And we're even at 2. Down low, Erzin lays it off the glass. 3-2, Slovenia.
Bogris is starting from the 675 line and just dribbling to the basket. It's another typical play from the 3-on-3 basketball.
The men from Slovenia hoping to do what the women just did moments ago, and that is move on to the semifinals. Greece with a chance to tie the game, and they do. Papatonio with the free throw. We're even at 3. Long shot is no good by Jerson. Papatonio, top of the key. 5 seconds, shoots. No shot, foul called before the shot was taken.
Yeah, Bogris was so clear,
Looked like a moving pick.
Well, they do this all the time, but so once in a while it's good to call it.
3-3, under 7.5 minutes to go. The winner looking to move on to the semifinals. In which case, you're only one win away then from earning a medal. Still to come in this evening session, a couple more quarterfinal games. Spain and Azerbaijan in a women's matchup. And then it's back to the men, Azerbaijan and Spain. So if you're a fan of either Spain or Azerbaijan, you've got your men and women coming up. Nice basket there by Georgios Bogris. 26 years old, 6'11", 2.10 meters in height. That's a big boy. That one bounces in. Boris Jerson. 6'5", Slovenia. Bogris splitting the defenders and puts it in. We're even at 6. And it's Tropin who is fouled underneath. And here he comes. Big Grigorios Rayados, number 8. Don't have his weight, but I can tell you he's 6'7", 2.0 meters as far as his height. He could box out an entire team. He's a good player, 29 years old. Only plays about 3 or 4 minutes a game for Greece to give some of their other players a break to cool down. He's a more recent addition to this team. Again, earlier today in the first round, Slovenia beat Switzerland 16-14 to advance. Greece with a 21-12 impressive victory over Belgium. Shot clock went off, so they blow the whistle. .558 to go. This game has been tight from the very beginning. Greece plays professionally in Spain on a 5-on-5 team. Down low, the shot is missed by Tropin, and Greece takes over. Kasolakis fires it up from 2-point land, no good, and then the ball goes out of bounds. Kasolakis is the leading scorer for Greece at 7.5 points a game. He'll now take a seat on the bench. Tropin hits a 2-pointer.
It's more interesting to play Rayatos from the outside the arc than trying to play under the basket. So again, 3-on-3 is for clever people.
Erzin was called for the foul on Greece, but Erzin complaining that he had all ball. He might have had a point there. It was close.
And you can see as well how the game slow down a little bit when there are big players on the court.
Free throw is good. Greece up 9-8. 2-point shot. No good by Slovenia. Rapatonio to Rayatos. Rayatos has the shot blocked. And then the ball gets knocked out of bounds. And they're calling it out on Rayatos, much to his dismay.
Both teams playing now with their strength.
You got thunder and lightning down low for Greece. Greece and Rayatos. Two big men. And that shot goes out of bounds.
So in this play, it was 1 second to shoot the ball. Then the Greeks, maybe Rayatos and Greece should be boxing out the rebound better. So as I said, this is back and forth, and you have to be clever and aware every single time.
Nice backdoor pass on the layup by Jerson. Rapatonio driving, runs out of room, loses the ball out of bounds. Nice defense by Boris Jerson, number 10 for Slovenia. We spoke with him a few days ago before the tournament began, and he was excited about Slovenia's chances for a medal. He felt like if they played their game, they could beat anybody. Rayatos can't get the basket, but he does draw the foul. He drew a lot of attention underneath the basket. And this will be the first free throw taken by Rayatos here in Baku. In the 4 previous games, he had never gotten to the foul line. Even at 9, Kritsi drives and lays it in. 10-9 Slovenia. Neither side able to put some distance between them and their opponent. We've gone back and forth. Kasolakis will put it up from 2-point land and no good. He drives in the paint, no good. Rebound by Greece. And they finally get it in to tie the game at 10, and now a steal by Papantonio. Kasolakis. Papantonio. Little alley-oop, but no good. He was trying to get Bogris. That would have been pretty. And a two-pointer by Dario Krejci.
Slovenian style.
Look at the bumping going on down low. No whistle. They're letting him play.
That was a good move from Bogris.
And Bogris scores the basket and immediately now goes on defense. And he's posting up and gets the rebound. He boxed out his man, did a nice job. Papantonio missing the short shot, but an easy rebound and lay-in for Kasolakis. And there are bodies flying everywhere.
They were more on the floor than standing.
And you can see the referee there in the paint. Calm it down, guys. Slow it down, calm it down.
It's fine, it's fine. They are playing.
They're playing hard, and I'd say for the most part playing clean.
Yes, they're playing clean.
No cheap shots or anything like that. 12-12. Bogris missing underneath. Here's Jerson. Down low to Erzin. Erzin out deep to the shooter Krejci. He missed the two-pointer. Kasolakis puts it in. Greece up by a point, 2:20 to go. Krejci out to Erzin for two. No good. Krejci gets the rebound. The shot clock went off. I'm not sure why, though, because the previous shot hit the rim. So they keep playing.
They better keep playing.
Yeah, you never stop in 3-on-3 basketball. And that one's knocked away and stolen by Slovenia, or by Greece. And now a pile-up for the ball, and a jump ball is called, so it's going to go to the defense. And we're going back and forth so quickly, I'm not sure which side is the defense. Is it Slovenia? Is it Greece?
I think Slovenia. What do you think?
I'd say flip a coin. So a timeout is taken on the floor. Greece with a 13-12 lead. And it appears this game's going to go down to the final seconds. As we look at some of the highlights from early on. And you can see in the background the big crowd on hand. This basketball arena, it's located outdoors. It seats about 1,800 here on center court. And there have been some big crowds for all of the games, especially in the evening when the sun goes down and it cools off a little bit. You'll see the stands fill up. And they will be loud over the next two games because the Azerbaijan women are next, and then it'll be the Azerbaijan men in their quarterfinal game. But we've got a good one here. 13 all. Under a minute 30 to go. Jerson takes it out, brings it back in. Erzin has it batted away. Neither team in the bonus just yet. Once you get to 7 fouls, the other team gets 2 free throws every time. 14-13, Slovenia takes the lead. Almost went out of bounds by Papantonio. His shot, no good. And a timeout has been called
By the players of
supposedly by the players. They might have been looking into the stands to take a look at the coach.
I didn't say that.
I did. I'll take full responsibility.
Ladies and gentlemen, we remind you that the winner of this game goes to the semifinals.
It's been a hard-fought, physical game, as you might expect as we get into the quarterfinals. And right now, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, both teams are really equal. Anybody can win today here.
As we get deeper and deeper in the tournament, and a nice cut and pass by Gerson as he makes the basket. As we get deeper into the tournament, you're starting to see better and better games. And a warning, if you will. You've got to let the team that was just scored upon, you've got to let them get the ball and throw it out of that little semicircle underneath the basket. They can't be right on top of them. You got to give them some room to get the ball out. 15-14 Slovenia. 39 seconds. And a steal by Greece. They could tie the game. Spin move. Basket, no good. Loose ball, still loose. Greece has it. And the shot is no good off the rim. Greece trying to get the tie. Kasalakis battling everybody, and he cannot buy a basket right now. What a job by Leonidas Kasalakis, 25 years old, battling underneath, got 2 or 3 rebounds, and just could not put it in. And now it's Kasalakis down in the paint again, tried to pass it to Bogris, and he wasn't looking. A costly turnover by Greece. Slovenia with the ball, 11 seconds to go, and a 1-point lead. And a foul called against Papatonio. And a few words between the two players.
And let's pay attention to the rules. They are not still in the bonus, so it's a good thing. You have to take care of the fouls during the game.
Papatonio, a fiery player. We saw him in the first round game against Belgium. He was arguing left and right almost every other minute with the referees. Very emotional player, wears his emotions on his sleeve, or in this case, I guess on his wrist, since they don't really wear sleeves, but he's a fun player to watch. Between Rayados, the big guy down low, and Bogris, and Papatonio, and then Kasalakis, who is a sharpshooter from two-point land. It's fun to watch this Greek team.
And Slovenia could end the game by scoring the 2 free throws. They've missed the first.
It's a 2-point lead, so Slovenia now up by 2. Greece will get the final shot.
It would be better that they would be up by 3. That's why it's so important to score the free throws. So now Greece has the last chance. Well, it depends if Slovenia decides to foul out or defend the last possession. Up to them.
Slovenia has a foul to give. Actually, they don't. They have 6 fouls they've committed. If they commit a foul here, it's 2 free throws for Greece. 16-14, Slovenia leading in this quarterfinal matchup. Papatonio to Kasalakis. No good. Papatonio from the corner. And it's good. Papatonio ties the game as time expires, and we are going to overtime.
Unbelievable how he shot from the corner. I think they can't believe it.
And Slovenia, fortunate that they were not called for a foul, as Papatonio hit the deck.
Yeah, they had to defend the last possession. And as I always say, how important is to secure the rebound. The Slovenians didn't do it this time. And Greece tied the game.
And there is the buzzer beater. And we are tied at 16. What a game. Papantonio from the corner. Only his second basket of the game. He has 3 points now. But we are going to overtime, and the way it works in overtime in 3-on-3 basketball, the first team to score 2 points wins. So this could go very quickly. Here's Jerson, 4-2, and the win, no good. Papantonio with the rebound. And it's down low. The missed shot by Kaselakis. Krejci to Erzin. In and out. Boulgrease, top of the key to Papantonio. Papantonio back to Boulgrease. That one rolls off the rim. But Slovenia gets the ball back. Greece gets it back. And now they go down low, and they cannot get it to fall.
I would go for a 2-pointers if I would be Greece.
Down in the paint, a shot by Jerson, no good, but he gets the rebound. So they'll set up again.
And that's clever.
Boris Jerson giving Slovenia a 17-16 lead.
Yeah, Greece, they can defend. If they foul, it's two shots from Slovenia. So
yeah, you can't foul at this point.
Yeah, well, because they have bonus. So now Greece, they have the chance to win the game, but they went for a layup.
So we are even, and a technical foul has been called. A technical foul called against Kaselakis, I'm assuming, as he is arguing. That means Slovenia will go to the free throw line with a chance to win the game. I'm not sure exactly what was said or what was done. Papantonio arguing his case.
But it has to be something serious to call a technical foul in this moment.
You're deciding the game, basically. You're giving Slovenia a chance to win the game. And they miss.
But they still have possession.
Yeah, you get the free throw and you get possession. Unbelievable turn of events. The next basket wins. And it's thrown up and it goes in by Jerson. A prayer is answered for Boris Jerson. And Slovenia is going to advance to the semifinals with an 18-17 overtime win over Greece. What an ending.
Any team could win today here. Both teams were playing hard in defense and in offense, but the last moment, Slovenia, with a little bit of luck, I'm gonna say, they play this overtime and they just needed to score 2 points to win the game.
Well, for Greece, they are done here in Baku, but they played very well. Leading scorer in this game was Kaselakis with 8 points, while Greece had 5. For Slovenia, 7 points for Krejci, 6 for Jerson, 3 for Erzin, and Slovenia escapes with an overtime win, 18-17, and they move on to the semifinals. And in the semifinals, Slovenia will play the winner of Russia and the Czech Republic. And Russia has won that game, 21-18. So the Russian Federation moving on, the Czechs are out. And the semifinals will feature Russia against Czechoslovakia. Russia against Slovakia. So one half of the semifinal draw is set for the men. And now we'll try to top that with the women. It's Spain and Azerbaijan. Here are the introductions.
11 numaralı oyuncu.
Number 11, Vega Jimeno.
Ve 23 numaralı oyuncu.
And number 23, Immaculada Zanogera. Let's hear it up for Spain.
The Spanish ladies, a perfect 3-0 in the preliminary round, and they beat Turkey earlier today in the first round of the tournament, 11-5. So they have yet to lose.
From Netherlands.
The referees from Switzerland and the Netherlands. And as soon as they come out, we will then have the introductions of the players from Azerbaijan.
Hanımlar ve cevaplar. İndi ise Azerbaycan komandası karşılıyor.
Please welcome the players from Azerbaijan. Number 7.
7 numaralı oyuncu. Tatyana Deniskova.
Number 8.
8 numaralı oyuncu. Dina Ulyanova.
Number 13.
13 numaralı oyuncu. Henry Amerika.
And number 15.
Ve 15 numaralı oyuncu. Ayes Lemara.
And there you have the players from Azerbaijan, which, as we've talked about earlier, includes a couple players from the WNBA. Anika Henry, number 13 from Jamaica, plays in the WNBA for the Atlanta Dream. And number 15, Tiffany Hayes, former college basketball star at Connecticut, also plays for the Atlanta Dream in the WNBA. And the winner of this game between Spain and Azerbaijan will move on to the quarterfinals. Oh, I'm sorry, to the semifinals.
And this game could be perfectly a semi-final or a final. It's a pity that these two teams just met in the quarterfinals, because in my opinion, they are two of the best teams so far here. But things are like that, and Spain won the 3 games. They won the 16th round. They did everything perfect, but they're gonna play today, for me, the favorite of this tournament. This is luck, this is life. Let's see how they perform today.
Spain in the preliminary round beat Slovakia 14-6. They beat Slovenia 18-10. They beat Ireland 21-11, and they beat Turkey 11-5 in the first round of the tournament. They've been an outstanding team. Azerbaijan, their only blemish, a loss to Switzerland in their first game. They have gotten better game by game. And we start with a 2-point shot that is no good by Hayes. Rebound, Henry down low, no good. Azerbaijan still with the ball. Deniskina to Hayes, her shot no good. And now it's Spain. Montenegro, Gomez, Jimeno, and Zenogira for Spain. And much like Azerbaijan has a former college player from the U.S., so does Spain. Enma Zenogira, she's a Spanish player, but she went to school in the U.S., played at the University of Toledo, just recently graduated, and at 21 years of age, she's now wearing number 23 for her home country.
And it's how interesting how Spain is gonna play. They're gonna play with 3 wide open in order to bring Henry with them out of the paint. They can avoid it when they are on defense, but in offense they're gonna do that.
Henry with the rebound, and you can see her using her height. 6'3", 1.91 meters, and she gets the basket. She's the leading scorer for Azerbaijan, averaging 6.8 points a game. Here's Gomez. She kicks it out to Montenegro, but the shot will not count. Shot clock violation for Spain.
And it's interesting because Montenegro, she shoots so good from the outside, and Henry is gonna be helping in the paint. So let's see if the strategy works.
Long shot by Hayes, no good. Most of the scoring by Azerbaijan in this entire week has been from those two players, Henry and Hayes. Henry averaging 6.8 points, Hayes averaging 5 points. For Spain, their scoring is a little bit more balanced. Montenegro averaging 4.8 points. Zenoguera also averaging 4.8 points. And then Gomez and Jimeno also each averaging 3.3 points a game.
It's a good news. It's better to have a balanced team like this. You don't know who is gonna be the best in offense.
Long shot by Zenoguera, no good. Each of these teams have been averaging 16 points a game. Both of them won their first round tournament game fairly easily. And a foul called. Spain with a 2-1 lead. Nedeschina down low. Henry out to Hayes. Hayes makes a move and lays it in.
She's finding her way. Hayes.
Obviously a biased crowd here. A lot of fans cheering on the home team, Azerbaijan. And again, you can see Azerbaijan, their strategy is to go down low to Henry and let her use her size.
And Spanish strategy, double team from the weak side. If Hayes is in the other side, they're gonna jump and double team her, because it's so difficult to pass behind your back. I mean, you don't have eyes in your back, but still it's gonna be so difficult because really Azerbaijan is so powerful.
Spain with the basket. They are up 4-3. Henry down low. Gets a lot of shots there in the post. As a result, her field goal percentage is very high.
And one more time, Spain trying to double up from the other side of the court.
And a player down for Spain. That's Jimeno. And it looks like she got an elbow from Henry.
She has to be tough. Henry strong. They knew.
4-4, 7 minutes, 22 seconds to go. The winner of this game moves on to the semifinals, where they will play the winner of Russia and Israel. That game is going on just a few meters away.
And it's so clear, both strategies. They go clearly for Henry down low.
Laying by Tiffany Hayes. 5-5 and a foul called against Deneschina. Tatiana Deneschina of Azerbaijan. She is the 10th best player in the world in women's 3-on-3 basketball according to the individual rankings by FIBA. And now Yulianov in the game for Azerbaijan. And a wild shot missed by Spain. Hayes, Nedeschina, or Juliana. And another basket by Henry. 6-5.
Oh, this is the second shot, like amazing from Zenoguera. She has the flow, American style. But she's Spanish.
She is Spanish. Played her college ball, as I mentioned, at Toledo. And we were speaking to her a couple days ago. She is looking to hopefully find a job and gain employment in Toledo. She loved the city, Toledo, Ohio, and would like to find this job back in the States.
And Vega Jimeno is playing really well in offense as well. And one more time, Henry down low with no help from the other side. Clever from Azerbaijan.
7-7 is the score. Henry, of course, the leading scorer for Azerbaijan. And a lazy pass almost intercepted by Jimeno. As you look at Montenegro, 32-year-old Rita Montenegro for Spain. 8-7.
That was risky.
2-point shot by Tiffany Hayes.
Talavera wanted to steal the ball.
Zanoguera missing her shot. And now they go down low to Henry again, but it's batted out. And down she goes. Maybe a little payback for the elbow that she threw earlier. She gets smacked in the face by Jimeno. Remember, it was Jimeno earlier who was laying on the ground, who received an elbow from Henry.
Hey, this is 3-on-3. You have to mark your territory.
What goes around comes around. We'll keep an eye on those two.
Vega Jimeno is 1 meters 85 centimeters. Henry 1 meters 91. If you don't play hard on her.
Those are two tall young ladies. Henry a little bit older, she's 29. Jimeno is 25 or 24. 9-8 Azerbaijan, and she stepped out of bounds.
Good defense from Deniskina.
And now a quick time on the floor to give Deniskina time to tie her shoelace. Or actually that was Yulianov. And Yulianov with the shot, no good. Montenegro pulls up, fires, no good. Rebounded by Hayes. Hayes, Yulianov, down low, Henry, and she's rejected.
One more time, Azerbaijan, same play, Spain, same kind of defense.
Well, for the most part, it's worked. I mean, they're only down by one. Two solid teams, both medal contenders. Spain has not lost since arriving in Baku. Azerbaijan lost their first game in the prelims. They've been perfect since. Winner moves on to the semifinals here in the 3-on-3 women's basketball tournament at the European Games in Baku. Nice spin move and a basket by Yulianov. Montenegro for two.
Oh. She didn't think twice, just shoot the ball.
We are even at 10, but now Yulianov makes it 12-10.
Back and forth.
And the ball goes out of bounds, and so now Azerbaijan has possession and a 2-point lead. Henry dribbling, drives, shoots, no good. Rebound Spain. Montenegro. Zanoguera stops, shoots, no good. Rebound Henry. Henry sets a screen. Hayes picks the ball off the ground, fires it up. The shot clock was going, and Hayes was looking for a foul, but it was never called. 12-10. We're down to 3 minutes, 44 seconds to go. The drive. Nice pass. 2-point shot. In and out. Rebounded by Hayes. Her shot no good. Zenoguera. To Gomez. Or check it. That's Jimeno.
Vega Jimeno, yeah.
Her shot was short. And a foul on the play. I think the foul is going to be called against Gomez. Oh, they're probably going to call it on 23, Zenoguera. They don't really keep individual fouls. It's just team fouls.
And Spain already have 6. So the next one, 2 free throws for Azerbaijan.
2-pointer, no good. And a foul as Henry went over the top of Gomez. 3:02 left on the clock. We just saw an overtime game for the men. Slovenia over Greece, 18-17. Well, we have another overtime game here for the women. 12-10.
Good defense. Hayes on Arantxa Gomez.
Down low they go. They had Henry double teamed, but a 3-second violation is called.
And Spain 2 points behind. There's game.
Two-point shot by Spain ties things up.
And that's the strategy. Vega Jimeno, she can shoot the ball from outside.
Jimeno, it's 12-12. Here's Henry, and it counts just before the buzzer.
Spectacular basket from Henry.
Another two-pointer, Spain. Jimeno again, she's heating up.
Unbelievable what she's doing.
Hayes for Azerbaijan tries to force it. Rebounded by Zenoguera of Spain. Zenoguera, I think, stepped on the baseline. Got a little push, little help from Hayes. But a turnover. Watch a little push there with the belly. And a timeout's going to be called with Spain up 14-13, under 2 minutes to go.
And such a performance from Vega Jimeno, scoring two pointers in a row. She's helping so much as well in the rebound, offensively and defensively. And Azerbaijan, with Henry and Hayes, they are playing really well in offense. So difficult to say who's gonna win this game. That was what we were expecting here. These two teams, they deserve, in my opinion, a medal. That we are here in quarterfinals. The best team will go through to the semifinals.
14-13 Spain. Hayes fights, hits the basket, we're even. 14 all. And a foul down low. And we have just found out that Russia, in the other quarterfinal game going on, has defeated Ireland 21-15. The Russian Federation getting 21 points. And they still had about a minute and a half to play in that game. So a good performance by Russia. They move on to the semifinals, and they'll play the winner of this game. And right now, this one is up in the air. It could go either way. And it's white ball. It goes to Spain. A lot of the Azerbaijan fans living and dying with every second now. 14 all, under a minute and a half to go. Gomez missing that one. And she could not keep it in play.
The Spanish national coach quiet and watching the game.
It may come down to the final possession.
And Hayes being the key of the game. Every time she plays the one-on-one, she scores.
And now it's Spain's turn. The drive and the foul. Gimeno has been the leading scorer for Spain tonight. By far, she has been dominant. 24 years of age, 1.85 meters in height, 6'1", averaging 3.5 points a game. But she has doubled that already tonight.
She has the chance to tie the game. And if she scores the second one, Spain will lead. 1 minute to go.
Tied at 15, and now it's 16-15 Spain. Down low they go to Henry. That's worked all night for Azerbaijan. Henry unable to lay it in. Tried a little baseline move. And almost found herself too deep, but she had to reach back to try to get the ball near the rim. She makes the free throw. She's a 67% free throw shooter here in Baku. And we're even at 16. That one well short, but Hayes gets the rebound. And Hayes drives and lays it in. 17-16, Azerbaijan, 45 seconds to go. Here comes Spain, and a foul called underneath. And Yulianov cannot believe it.
Ranchanova, she's a fast player. She plays with explosivity, the one-on-one. And when you try to block from behind, the referees, they used to call the foul in 5-on-5 and in 3-on-3.
Both teams now are in the penalty, so every foul from this point forward, the other team will get 2 free throws. You see how dominant Henry has been down low underneath. Zen O'Gara, this is one of the best games that we've seen her play here in Baku.
Now so important that Aranchanova scores the free throws. They did it before Vega, Jimeno and Henry.
Maria Gomez, in and out.
One more chance to tie the game.
And she does, 17 all. Tiffany Hayes watching the clock, now drives, throws up a prayer, no good, rebounded by Spain. This is Montenegro, and it's good, a one-pointer, 18-17 Spain. 18 seconds to go. It's going to be a wild finish. They go down to Henry. She loses the ball. Spain has it. No foul called.
If
Gomez.
they foul,
Montenegro to the far side, and it goes in. It's going to count. It's a one-point shot, and the clock ends.
incredible. Spain won the game. They play an amazing minute. Watch out! I don't know what's going on.
Both teams celebrating, and let's see. What they're saying is that last shot by Hayes,
it counts.
They're going to say it counted, but it definitely came after the buzzer. And I think if there is a review, they're going to have to review this.
Yeah, well,
it definitely came after the clock had expired.
They're not listening to you. It looked the same to me, but there's no review.
Well, they're saying overtime. Let's look at this. No, she got the shot off.
Yeah. I think she was on time.
And you can see both referees throwing both arms in the air, saying it's a 2-point shot. So that one prayer thrown up by Spain at the end that you thought was just a basket that wasn't going to mean anything, it actually meant everything because it gave Spain a 2-point lead, and then Azerbaijan ties the game. Unbelievable ending here.
And this is 3-on-3 basketball.
They're still discussing this. This may not be decided yet.
Now they are talking to their coaches because that's really a bit confusing here.
Montenegro made the shot to give them an 18-17 lead. Gomez then got the loose ball, threw up a prayer, and it somehow went in, and it gave Spain a 19-17 lead. Then for some reason I looked at the clock and the clock stopped. I'm not sure why it stopped, and it gave Hayes enough time to get out and make the 2-point shot, but they're going to review it.
Ah, that's so good.
And I think they're going to find that time may have expired and that the clock stopped incorrectly, and it should not have stopped.
Yeah, that's right. After the basket, the clock never stops.
Right.
That's so clear.
And I looked, and I definitely saw the clock, for whatever reason, had stopped for a good couple seconds.
Yeah,
And maybe it's home cooking. You know, it's Azerbaijan, and they obviously are rooting for Azerbaijan to win.
well, or maybe it was a human mistake, or you never know. But really, I thought that it was over.
I think everybody thought, now give credit to Hayes for throwing up the shot, because
Oh yeah.
I think most players would have just figured it was over.
It looks like they're gonna decide that the game is tied, or
Here come the referees. They're going to take one more last look. But I think they're going to say that the clock, if it kept rolling, time would have been out. There would have been no time left, no time at all for Hayes to take the shot. And I think Spain's going to come away with the win here.
but if they just pay attention to the last shot, it's on time. The thing is that, okay,
The shot is no good by Hayes.
here we go.
And Spain wins the game, and some controversy here at the end. I'm sure Azerbaijan, they're not going to like it. They don't know what happened, because as far as they know, they saw Hayes take the shot and there was still time. And I wish we could see the clock here. Let's see. 1.3 seconds. You see the clock there behind the basket? It stops.
It stops, and it shouldn't.
It should not have stopped. See, it stops again at 0.8 of a second. So the clock stopped twice erroneously. It should not have stopped. And we saw it clearly stopping twice. As a result, Hayes never would have had time for that game-tying shot. So controversy here at the end, but it was the correct call. Azerbaijan's going to argue, and who knows?
Yeah, the Spanish players, they better go to the...
They may file a
Yeah.
protest for all we know, but we'll see. But as it stands right now, Spain going on to the semifinals to play Russia. And now our final game of the evening. Azerbaijan men against the Spanish men. Here are the introductions.
Number 7. 15. Let's hear it up for Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan, as you see, only 3 players. That's because Hamzayev injured his ankle earlier in the session in the first round win against Israel. So only 3 players. There you see him. He's got that right leg, right ankle, right foot all wrapped up. He's going to be a cheerleader. So the 3 Azerbaijan players are going to have to play the entire game, all 10 minutes. no rest for them whatsoever. This is going to be very interesting. Azerbaijan has been perfect here in Baku. They have yet to lose. And now here comes Spain. So the Spanish players come out, and really a huge advantage coming in because they have 4 players. Azerbaijan only with 3. It'll be very interesting to see how this game comes along. You can't slow down the clock. It's like if you're playing 5-on-5, you can maybe slow it down a little bit. There's no slowing down the game of 3-on-3 basketball. You have to go hard the entire time. No transition to even speak of. So Azerbaijan, Spain, the winner takes on Serbia and Lithuania in the semifinals. At Azerbaijan, you saw the 4 names there, but Hamzaev is out. For Spain, you've got Jose Martin, Alejandro Yorca, Sergio de la Fuente, and Juan Vasco. Aliyevas, number 5 for Azerbaijan. Number 7 is Hasayeva. Number 15 is Marshall Moses. That's it. Those are the only 3 players Azerbaijan has. And we are underway. And Hasayeva driving and missing the first shot. Well, just when you think you've seen it all, we've had it all tonight in this evening session. We've had an upset. We've had an overtime game. We've had a game that was decided by replay. And now we'll see what happens in this final game of the session. 1-0, Azerbaijan.
Maybe Azerbaijan, the men's team, they want the revenge. They're gonna play to beat Spain.
And a steal by Hasayeva. 30 seconds in, Azerbaijan up 1-0. Moses down low. He has been a beast in this tournament and in the prelims. Moses averaging 5.5 points a game. Hasayeva, number 7 for Azerbaijan, their leading scorer, averaging 7.3 points per game.
Oh, and Juan Vasco, he's such a clever player.
The right-handed hook shot by Vasco.
He knows how to play good 3-on-3 basketball, but today he has in front Moses, that he's been dominant the whole competition.
Spain moved on to the quarterfinals by beating Italy in the first round, 22-20. That was a great game. Azerbaijan, a 19-14 win over Israel, but a very costly win as they lost one of their most popular players, Emil Hamzaev. He's been the spokesperson for 3-on-3 basketball here in Azerbaijan. Very well known. And he is sitting on the sidelines with his leg up in ice. Yorca, no good. Rebounded by Vasco. He loses the ball, and it's taken by Moses. Marshall Moses played his college basketball in the U.S. at Oklahoma State, and he gives Azerbaijan a 2-1 lead. Vasco down low. 6'6", 1.99 meters.
Oh,
And he makes the shot. And he and Moses bumping and bruising down low. The disadvantage that Moses has is he's not going to get a chance to get a rest at all tonight.
Oh, well. It's like that.
No cheering in the press box. One of us is from Spain. I'll leave it at that. 2-2 is the score. Azerbaijan and Spain, quarterfinals of the men's 3-on-3 basketball tournament from the European Games in Baku.
Nacho Martin and Asijeva is another interesting pair here. Let's watch them because these two players, they are so talented.
There was a lot of discussion about the spacing
Of course, you have
between
to.
Martin and the defender, and that's because with no time left on the shot clock, you knew as soon as he was handed the ball, he was going to shoot the ball. So it's 2-2. Azerbaijan with the basketball now. Moses fighting with Vasco down low. Vasco knocks it away and draws the foul. And the act of shooting, Moses will now go to the free throw line.
And if you see the Azerbaijan team, they slow down the game a little bit. They are playing with more strength because they don't have substitution. It's clever from them. And let's see if Spain tries to make it faster.
Martin, De La Fuente, and Vasco in the game for Spain. And of course, it's Aliyeva, and Moses. They'll be in the entire time for Azerbaijan. You can see a battle down low, Aliyeva, and it looked like De La Fuente going at it. Two, 7:28 to go. Long shot by De La Fuente, no good. Spain has it. Vasco. His shot missing. De La Fuente, no good. A third chance for Spain.
Big battle inside.
And you can hear the fans cheering on Azerbaijan, the host nation. Moses behind the back pass.
I like when he does these things.
He's a little bit of a showman. Likes to entertain the crowd. We saw that in the preliminary competition when he had a slam dunk at the end of a game and then a little bit of a celebration. Two is the score. Asiyeva at the free throw line. 75% free throw shooter. That's no good. Unable to get his rebound. Martin. Down low. Vasco, one-handed, no good. Defended by Moses. And now Moses goes on the offense. He and Vasco locked up underneath. Moses powers his way to the basket. 3-2, Azerbaijan. Low-scoring game. Until that shot by Martin. 4-3. And now Azerbaijan counters. It's 4-4. Yorka, no good. Moses with the rebound. Aliyeva, Moses, no good. And a foul called against Vasco, who, of course, naturally puts up the arms and goes, "What, me?"
That's right. You know, it's always that way.
It's part of the rules. Here you go. Shrug the shoulders. What'd I do?
And both teams playing really well with the space, trying to make the court big in order to have more space to play the one-on-one, to assist, to play down line. Tight game.
Moses, a 67% free throw shooter in the game so far in Baku. And again, a warning to Azerbaijan. You've got to give the team that gets the ball after the basket room to throw it out from that semicircle that you see under the basket.
First is a warning. Second time it will be a technical fault.
They tried to get the pass to Yorka. It was deflected. Spain keeps possession of the basketball, trailing 5-4. 5:58 to go. Ball batted away. Yorka, 4-2. No good just before the shot clock expired, but it's Martin putting it in. Jose, don't call me Nacho Martin.
Nacho Martin.
Yeah, actually, I
Here
should
we
be
go.
calling him Nacho the whole time.
Yeah.
His proper name is Jose Ignacio Martin, but everybody knows him as Nacho Martin. One of the more popular players in Europe.
He alternates 5-on-5 basketball with 3-on-3 basketball.
He's the leading scorer for Spain, averaging 8 points a game. Asieva, that was well short. 5-5. Azerbaijan and Spain, the winner, looking to move on to the semifinals, where they would be one win away from getting a medal. The Azerbaijan women just lost their game moments ago. A very controversial finish, but it was the right call. Spain winning that game. And now we have Spain and Azerbaijan again. This time it's the men.
And we could see the women in the stands cheering for the Spanish team. They did it before for them.
Moses is going to stay down a while.
Oh yeah.
Chance to get a breather. They have no substitutes. This is the only chance he'll get a rest. So very smart play. He just decides, I'm going to lay down for a while.
In the other hand, Spain had a overtime, so they had to play the quarterfinals with a lot of strength, and it was physical as well. So just to compensate a little bit.
A delay of the action, some discussion going on. I'm sure Azerbaijan is fine with all these delays. Moses. A lot of bumping going on underneath. It's Martin and Moses with the basket. And a foul. Alievas looked like he came over the back of the Spanish player. You can see that battle going on. It was De La Fuente who was fouled by Alievas. 6-5 Azerbaijan.
And if Moses is defending somebody outside, he's not in the rebound. So it's a good thing.
Vasco against Moses. Moses grabbed him, no foul though. But De La Fuente puts it in. 6-6. And that's just good hustle by Spain. Yorka just out-hustled the two Azerbaijan players. And you can see a couple of them with their hands on their knees.
And Yorka having fun.
And this could be where Spain takes advantage now. As you see, Hamzayev on the bench. Nothing he can do. The three Azerbaijan players have to go the entire distance. Moses banks one in. Tied at 7. Yorka throws one up and it goes in. Alejandro Yorka, 26-year-old, puts it in, gives Spain a 9-7 lead, but Moses now with a chance to tie. He gets the basket and the foul.
He's superior in the paint, no doubt. I think Vasco wanted to leave the play like that, but the referees called the foul.
When we watched the women play earlier, Azerbaijan and Spain, you had mentioned that those were two of the stronger teams, and it was a shame that they were meeting in the quarterfinals. I could say the same about this. Two of the better teams, Azerbaijan and Spain, and it's a shame they're meeting in the quarterfinals and not later on in the tournament.
Totally agree with you. That could be perfectly as the semi-final or fight for one of the medals.
One of these teams will be done tonight. The other will move on to the semis. 9-9, 3.5 minutes to go. A wide open Yorka.
And this is so good because they occupy the space. Perfect. Spain playing really clever.
11-9. Moses pushing his way down low. Was hoping for a foul, didn't get it. The miss by Martin. And now it's Alahivas. Moses puts up the shot, no good. Some of the Azerbaijan players starting to look tired. Moses, one-handed rebound, but throws it away.
And I agree with you that with 4 players they will play different. Not all the time with Moses, I think, because they have. We saw them playing with a lot of mobility and occupying the space, and today they are playing a lot with Moses. So we will never know that. But definitely it's a factor that they play with 3.
It appeared that Moses indicated a timeout. Referee said no timeout, wasn't granting it to him. I think Moses just needed a break. And we'll see if they say that Azerbaijan has to use their timeout. Each team gets 1 timeout. And you see the bumping going on underneath. Vasco arguing about wanting a foul, and I don't know why Moses just dropped the ball.
Yeah.
That could have been very dangerous. He dropped the ball. I think he then realized he should not have done it. Tried to call a timeout, but you can't call a timeout unless it's a dead ball. We've seen some really weird things tonight. Is it a full moon in Baku?
Yeah, he get confused. Because after basket, impossible. No way they're going to give you the timeout.
Again, I think fatigue is just setting in for the Azerbaijan players, including Moses. He's just banging it, getting banged up down low. And a travel called against Vasco. 12-9, Spain by 3. And a travel called. You can see him moving both feet. Here's Moses. Left-handed hook shot is good, 12-10. A one-possession game now. Spain with the lead. And the shot by De La Fuente, no good. Azerbaijan with the basketball.
Oh.
Nice pass.
And even better the block from Nacho Martin.
I think Azerbaijan thought there should have been goaltending there. Spain now up by 3, 13-10. Aliyevas, Moses, baseline move. Aliyevas for 2. No good. Rebounded Azerbaijan. And for some reason they blow a whistle. Asayeva tried to throw it off De La Fuente, but De La Fuente caught the ball.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's a block. There's no goaltending there. That's a block. Ball was still on the way up. You can see a little showboating as well.
Nacho the flow.
Timeout called, and you can see the Azerbaijan players going at it. Some of the highlights.
And we have to be fair, and definitely it's a factor that Azerbaijan plays today with 3 players instead of 4.
If you just joined us, Emil Hamzayev, one of the players for Azerbaijan, a high ankle sprain that he suffered in the first round tournament game, a win over Israel. He is out for the tournament. And so Azerbaijan has had to play the entire game with the same 3 players. They've had no subs. And you can just see the fatigue and how tired some of these players are, especially number 15, Moses.
And timeout should be 30 seconds timeout, but this one lasts a little bit longer. It's fair.
Here's Moses, one-on-one. And the underhand scoop, it's 13-11. Spain up by 2. Under a minute 20. Martin. He'll spin. Little too hard. Alievas to Moses. One-on-one against Nacho Martin.
That was a good play. He's unstoppable, but by himself it's difficult.
Moses now with a chance to go to the free throw line. They are in the penalty. He gets 2 shots.
He has the chance to tie the game.
He has scored all but 2 of the points so far for Azerbaijan. 13-12.
And in a team sport, most of the times that is not a good sign.
And we are even at 13. 1 minute to go. Spain, Azerbaijan for the right to move on to the semifinals. Rebound underneath. Moses is going to be called for the foul on De La Fuente. No doubt about it. You'll see the missed shot here and the loose ball. De La Fuente has it there, and Moses whacks him on the shoulders. 52 seconds.
We are not in bonus yet.
13 all. And Yorka throws it up. And it goes in 14-13 Spain. Moses now, it's his turn. One-on-one against De La Fuente. And he ties it at 14 all. 30 seconds to go. Here's Yorka. He drives, stops, pops, it drops. 15-14 Spain. And now it's Moses' turn. 19 seconds to go. He drives, tries the pass. It's on the ground. And that will not count. The shot clock went off. The Azerbaijan fans not happy, but it was definitely too late. 15-14, Spain with the lead. The basketball, 10 seconds left, and Spain calls timeout.
And the player from the bench was the player who called the timeout, Juan Vasco. He's one of the most experienced. He's like the brain of this team, and he just saw immediately that they needed the timeout. So brilliant. And Nacho de la Fuente as well, with the last 2 actions in offense.
What a game this has been. Coming down to the final seconds, Moses has been unbelievable.
Unbelievable. No words.
He has scored 12 of the 14 points for Azerbaijan.
Unstoppable.
By far his highest point total here in Baku. And you can see he is just dripping in sweat. It is hot, hot, hot. 15-14. And a foul called. Azerbaijan had a foul to give. And now the next foul will put him in the penalty, and it will result in 2 free throws.
They have to foul again.
And a foul called. So now, free throws, 2 free throws for Spain. Well, they wanted to save the clock. They want to get the ball back. With 8.2 seconds, Spain could have run out the clock. So Azerbaijan fouls, hoping Spain will miss one of the 2, and they'll have a chance. But you have Nacho Martin, 32 years of age, a 70% free throw shooter. He's the best free throw shooter on the floor for Spain. This is huge. It would make it a 3-point game and all but seal it for the Spanish team. And it's 17-14, and now Azerbaijan needs 2 baskets. Aliyevis lost the ball, and Spain is going to end up winning the game. They lead by 3 with only 1.4 seconds left.
That was amazing how the Spanish team played, and especially in the last minutes.
It's going to be back-to-back wins by Spain. The women win their game over Azerbaijan 18-17. Actually, the final score for the women was a little bit different than that. And the men from Spain also winning their game. Spain won 19-17 in the women's quarterfinal. And in this quarterfinal, it's Spain winning as well, 17-14. So Azerbaijan's run is over. They lose for the first time here at the European Games. They lose by 3, and Spain moves on to the semifinals, where they will play Serbia, as Serbia has defeated Lithuania tonight 17-11. So Spain goes to the Final Four. Some high fives for Moses. A great performance for him, scoring 12 of his team's 14 points.
And as I said, if only one player produces in a team's game, it's really difficult. And Spain knew that. Spain knew that Moses will score a lot of points, and then they kept the rest of the players without scoring. They play clever. They like this 3-on-3. And as I said before, it's a pity that these 2 teams play today, because they deserve to fight for the medals. But in this case, it's going to be Spain who goes through to the semi-final and plays Serbia to try to get a medal.
So what a night of action here. The final game, a great one. Spain holding on for a 17-14 win over Azerbaijan. Spain is in the semifinals.
Basketbol arenanın yakınlığında yerleşen bilet köşklerine müracaat edebilirler. Baku 2015 oyunlarının teşkilatçıları yarıştan haz aldığımıza ümidedir ve
And you see Spain against Serbia in one semifinal matchup, Russia against Slovenia in the other. The semifinals will be coming up the 4th day of action, and it's going to be incredible. That's it for the quarterfinals, though, as Spain wins the final game over Azerbaijan by 3.
For your participation in the Baku 2015 European Games.